I'm Nasser from the Singapore Exchange.
I'm a partner at Capbridge, but also the CEO of Capbridge.
Okay, so you've been to InnovFest today. Can you tell us a little bit more about your InnovFest experience?
I think this is my 4th year participating in InnovFest, and definitely there's a greater buzz and much more lively events and meaningful events this year.
How about you, sir?
For us at the Singapore Exchange, this is our first time getting involved here, and we've been really pumped by the atmosphere here. You can feel the energy and the vibe here. It's really exciting.
Has it met your expectations, and do you get what you were coming for?
Certainly, what we expected was that we would get a lot of innovative and cutting-edge ideas here being presented, and that's what we are seeing here today.
Maybe SGX would like to start with its kind of a broad picture of what Capbridge is.
Capbridge is it's a fundraising platform that we see as being important to support the startup community here in Singapore. It is a platform where we will bring together both investors and entrepreneurs and give them a more efficient way of raising funds to fuel their next stage of growth. And Stephen here, together with us, have been working very hard to develop this further.
Yeah. So I think as Nasser has summarized, it is essentially a capital raising platform, and we bring together buyers and sellers, companies that want to raise funds and investors who want to invest. But we do it through the use of technology, and we basically help curate a lot of the information flow as well as the growth of the company. And our hope and our aspiration is to make sure that these companies eventually get groomed into either listable companies or companies that are attractive for mergers and acquisition. I think on top of that, it is also soon to be a global platform, and we work very closely with SGX to help these companies grow and become global players. Yeah, so I've been a serial entrepreneur for 20 over years, and I've built many companies. The last count was almost 15 companies. Some failed, some were quite successful. So, with that in mind, this whole idea is not new. I've been thinking about it for the last 10 years. But I think only now technology is becoming available and the regulatory framework is becoming, I think, ready to consider and accept such a platform. I think we are one of two or the only platform of such scale and scope within the region. Therefore, I think we're very proud to have SGX as a partner, and I think moving forward we have many more exciting announcements to make together.
Well, SGX, we have always been supportive of the SMEs in Singapore, and after looking at the landscape and assessing on what areas we could contribute to better support them, we realized that there is actually a need to better support startups and SMEs at the earlier stage of their growth to get a more efficient way of finding capital to fuel that growth. And when we speak to partners, we found the Capbridge Accelerator, in particular Stephen, he shared our vision and our ideas of how we can do this best. And it was a natural fit. So we came together pretty quickly, and it's been very smooth, and our visions have been aligned. But quite apart from just developing a platform to develop better funding access for startups, in SGX we also try to see how we can better support startups and SMEs in a more holistic way, how we can perhaps help them develop their capabilities in terms of several aspects of their governance, risk management, internal controls, just to name a few, so that they can be better positioned for their next stage of growth, and they can be more prepared for when the time comes for them to be in the public markets. My personal hope next year is we would have a portfolio of companies that have come on board on Capbridge that we have helped gain access to smart money to fuel their next stage of growth, that will have grown successfully, and this will be innovative companies, market leaders, and that they will be ready to come to market and take the next stage of their journey.
Yeah. I think this year's participation has been productive so far, even though we're on the first day. And I have a team here that would, continue to work to find opportunities and also to help spread the word. I think for next year, we would be very keen to see how we could actually give back where there could be tracks where we can actually offer ideas and views in terms of how companies can actually start to think and position themselves already for growth. These days, with technology being a core part of most companies' growth strategy, it makes sense for them to actually get themselves ready sooner than later. Well, I think so far, judging from the crowd and the activity level here, I think this is going to be a very successful event. And I want to congratulate the organizers as well as the participants. And I really look forward to next year's event.
Likewise.